Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be setting up my January 2022 planner, and yeah, let's get started. So you can see that I have some colors chosen. It's really just gold, and then I have some gray Tombow set out, and then a whole stack of Pigma Micron fine liners. I'm going to start with the Faber-Castell PITT gold pen, or gold marker, to outline the moon, and then I have some stars and some cute clouds. This design is based off of a picture that I drew just when I was sitting here at my desk just messing around. I switched to a gold zebra metallic brush pen to color it in because it would be way easier. Also, it turns out that I like the gold on this better than I liked the gold on the other one. The other gold marker has more of like a orangey warmness to it, and this one's still warm because it's gold, but it's just a little, I don't know, a little nicer to me anyway, and it probably just depends on what you are trying to use it for. So yeah, I'm just going to finish coloring this in, and then I'm going to move on to the little dangling stars there, where I'm writing January, well, really just Jan, because I didn't write that many stars. But I just thought it was a cute way to work it into the design. And then I'm using the Pigma Micron in a size 10, which is, I don't know if it's new to come out, but it's new to me. I just found them at the store the other day for the first time. I got a 10 and a 12, so just drawing the line and outlining with that, and then writing the JAN in the stars. And then I will move on to the clouds. So these clouds are a really fun design for me. They're very easy to do. They're just a little bit, I don't want to say labor intensive. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, detailed. They're detailed. And they kind of make me think of like a comic book or like a comic strip kind of when they're done. I don't know. They're cute. You'll see. You can tell me what they look like in the comments below. I'm also just filling in some spots on the stars there. I'm using the lightest gray Tombow that I have, which is the N95, to not 100% fill in these clouds. I wanted to give them some movement and some texture, so I'm just kind of swirling them and leaving some space on them, because clouds aren't usually like, you know, one color. And then when I'm done coloring in the clouds, I'm going to go back in with a smaller fine liner. I believe I use the 8. Oh no, I use the 5. I use the 5 and go in and add some fun little details on there. It's right there where I forgot. I had like made an extra line that I didn't want to make, and so I used some whiteout and cleared it. I'm so glad I bought whiteout. This is why I like really white pages, instead of like, sometimes they're like kind of an off-white or something, which works for some vibes, but I like to be able to use whiteout or a white gel pen or something to fix my mistakes. It's a little bit easier. I skipped over a lot of the detailing for you because, I mean, it did take a few minutes to get it done. And I'm on the last cloud now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the cover page. I don't know, I think it's really cute. It's a vibe. I know that I just did a moon in November, but whatever. It's my journal. I'll do moons every single month if I want to. So now we're moving on to the 2-page calendar spread. This might be my favorite spread in this setup. I don't know. I just really love the way that the clouds came out. It's so cute. So I did 2 clouds on either side of the calendar, the top and the bottom, and the right and the left. And I like the way that the bottom cloud is kind of like going into the calendar a little bit. I think it's cute. And then I'm outlining the calendar. This month starts on a Saturday. They just wanted us to have a whole line just for one day, but that's fine. I'm outlining with the 8, I believe, fine liner. A lot of fine liners used in the making of this setup. And then I'm going to go through and write in the days. I kind of did the thing I did in December where I added like an extra line to the top of each box so that I could give it a little highlighter color. And I don't know, I just thought it looked cute, and it added a little pizzazz to my calendar, which is generally the same. I don't do a lot of like weird shapes for them or anything because I need them to be functional. Yeah, and I think it came out really cute. I'm going to go back in with a Tombow. For the clouds, I'm going to use the N95 again, and then for the calendar, I'm going to use the N65. It's just a little bit darker. And then I'm also going to go and add a lot of detail around the calendar, which you'll see. So somebody told me why I didn't even notice I made this mistake until I was editing, but the 30th and the 31st, I didn't write in the extra line, I wrote in the box. Truly, did not notice it until I was editing this video. I'm sure I can go back and fix it. I just think it's funny that I somehow managed to ignore that for so long. I changed the texture of the clouds on this page, and I'm kind of doing them in swirls instead of the zigzaggy lines I did on the first page, and I keep up with that for the rest of it. I just wanted to add a little like shape and stuff to them. I'm also using the N95 to add a drop shadow around the calendar all the way around, but then I'm gonna do that same like long short long short long short like kind of line design that I'm doing in the clouds. I'm also gonna do to the outside of the calendar. So yeah, now I started adding the lines to the outside of the calendar, and I'm just going to do a little editing magic so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing. Boop, there it is. And now I'm adding that same detail to the clouds, and I keep that up throughout this whole setup. I also have a real fun little design thing that I did. If you saw, I highlighted gray on the top right corner on the right page, and I will explain that to you in a minute. And now I'm going back in with the Zebra Gold Metallic Brush Pen and adding in the same kind of little stars that I had on the first page. And then I'm gonna add some more all around the page that I didn't initially draw out, but I just decided in the moment that I wanted more. And there's nothing wrong with more stars. And then I start to make dots with it, but I decide a brush pen is not right for that. So I take out the Faber-Castell pen from earlier, and I do dots all around for that. So now we're going to get to this cool side part here. I decided very last minute, after I had already sketched out everything, to add tabs for every page in the setup, and spoiler alert, it comes out cool. It does throw off a couple of my designs, but I just pivot. So the first one says calendar, although I realized later that I should have said January, because if I'm going to do this for all of them, maybe, I don't know, we'll see, then it would have been nice for it to be labeled like January, February, but it's fine. We live, we learn. So now we're moving on to the next 2-page spread, which is my current TV show spread and my monthly faves and finds, which is usually comprised of music and TV and movies, and possibly books as well. I'm not going to fill out all of the TV shows right here on screen because I do have to check and see what's even going to be on in January, because a lot of things like take a little winter break, and some of the things that were previously on them are on a break. So actually in a week or so, when I post my 2021 flip through, you'll see some of the shows that I watch, if that's something that you're interested in, because I have trackers from the fall in there. Because this tracker does take up like the whole page, there's not really like a ton of room for design, and that's fine. Not everything has to be super designed up. I'm not that girl. So I just add some more gold dots just to like give the page a little oomph, and then I use the Tombow to highlight the day to kind of give separation to it. On the monthly faves and finds page, I did another cute cloud and some stars. Just easy peasy. I don't like to take up too much space on the page with the label because I want to have lots of space to write down all of the things that I enjoyed this month. Another thing you can put on here is like maybe you tried like a new meal and you really liked it. I've had that on there before. I just looked at one the other day and it had like potato tacos. It was like the first time I made potato tacos and it was so good. And like buffalo mac and cheese, like what? Yes, it's delish. And it made me realize that I had been kind of obsessed with buffalo mac and cheese for like 2 years, and I thought it had only been like 6 months. So after I did the stars, I just added in some more dots. I like the dots because it kind of adds like another layer of stars that are like, you know, further away, quote unquote. Just add a little more vibiness to it. And then I'm coloring it in with the little swirly motions like before. And that's the end of that one. Also, with the little just one slice off the page, you can see the stars from the calendar from the other pages, and that's kind of cute. So now I'm just trimming off. I only cut off one line of dots. And I didn't, at first I was going to go, I don't know how to explain this. If you remember from my December setup how I did like a short page and then the next one was like a little bit longer and a little bit longer, just to give kind of that same kind of tab vibe, I decided not to do that this time, and I just moved the tabs down like in a binder, and instead of making the pages shorter. I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, you'll see afterwards what it looks like, but you know, you can always come ask me questions on Instagram. I'm adding in a package tracker like I've been doing. I'm sure that since, you know, the holidays are over, my package consumption will die down, but just in case, it is actually a very helpful tracker to have, so I don't forget, because sometimes we've been having delays. Obviously, everybody's been having delays, not just here in Oregon, but packages have been getting delayed, so sometimes you kind of just like forget a little, like, when was that? Should I check up on that? Should I email somebody? And this is another full page tracker, so I just added some more dots again. But it does have designs because you can see the stars from the calendar on the left side. The next page are my monthly goal trackers. I don't usually do a lot of trackers because I won't keep up with them, and I know myself well enough to know that now. But if you recall, if you watched my 2022 setup, then you'll notice that I do have goals that I want to be tracking every month, and I explained it in that video, but I'll explain it again here. So I want to try being in bed, not necessarily asleep, but in bed every night before work by 10 p.m. So I have a tracker for that. I also want to continue my working out, just, getting myself healthier. I was too sedentary during quarantine, and I need to get that lung capacity up, need to get that heart rate going. And it is making me feel better. I don't even want to admit that, but it does feel good, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell anybody I said that. So anyway, I have a tracker for 30 plus minute workout. We do have a gym at my apartment, so that is very convenient for me. And then I made a third one because it obviously fit on the page. Still not 100% sure what I'm going to do for that. I might do a not eating, if I'm going to be in bed by 10, I should make sure I don't eat after I think 8. I have to look it up, how many hours you're supposed to stop eating before bed so that your body has time to digest it before you lay down. We'll see. That's the idea I have in my head right now. I haven't written it down yet though. So now I'm just going through and numbering all of the days. And then I'm going to go in with a Pigma brush pen, which I don't think I've ever used before, and just add in the labels. And that will be pretty much the end of this page. And then I'll trim the edge and do the label on the tab. All right, and now we're on the last setup for the month, or for this video anyway, and it's my first weekly tracker. So since the month began on a Saturday, I'm not going to give that its own page. That would be a waste of paper for me. So I just made the boxes on the first page a little bit smaller. So I believe, if I recall, they're 6x6 boxes at the top, and I've never done this type of setup exactly before, so I don't know if they'll be big enough or not. We can adjust as the month goes on. I did a couple of clouds again, some more stars, but I forgot what I was talking about. So the boxes on the second page are more of the 6x6, and the Saturday the 1st is a 6x6, but then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I believe, are 5x5s, just to make a little bit more space, because I wanted a little bit of separation between the first week and the second week, which my hand is blocking right now, but there you go. So I put stars in between it too, just to give it a little separation. And then the tabs on the side, I wrote them all out afterwards, you'll see, but it says weeks 1 and 2, and then it says days 1 through 8 on the tab, and then it does that for the rest of the month. I made out the tabs ahead of time, but I haven't drawn any of the boxes. And so the idea is, for the past few months, I've been doing a vertical weekly at a glance type of situation. So I had all of the days with their own box on the side, and then I kind of scrapbook or just write down in the space next to it what I want to for the days. That way, if I have nothing to say for a couple of days, I'm not wasting boxes, and it makes me feel better, I'm not using my journal, if that makes sense, because if I make boxes for every single day and then I don't fill out a few of them, then I feel like I'm not doing a good job at my journaling. But if I just leave space, on a Tuesday, a lot of things could happen and I'll write a full page, but for the rest of that week nothing else happened. I'm not having a bunch of empty boxes, if that makes sense. So here I'm showing you the tabs for the rest of the month. So anyway, my idea is that I'm just switching it up to a horizontal layout for that. So all of my boxes at the top are for like things that are planned already, or appointments, stuff like that. And then I'll just do my journaling and scrapbooking stuff at the bottom of the page. If it doesn't work, I can always switch back to the other one. That's why I don't make all of my weeks at the same time, because I like to give myself room for change. If something doesn't work out for me the first week, I'm not stuck with it for the rest of the month. So now I'm just adding in some gold dots like I've been doing. And I clipped all of my tabs off screen for you. I think it looks so fun. I really like it. Now we're going to go back to the future log and write down anything I have written down for the month there into the calendar. And it's really just holidays and birthdays right now. I don't really have anything too crazy coming up. No vacations in the middle of January. And now we'll do the final flip through. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. You know what I'm going to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out in the algorithm so that maybe YouTube will show people my videos. I really like the way that this came out, and I really want to know what you think about it. I really like my tabs, and I really like the color scheme. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!